Welcome to Down the Rabbit Hole with Eric Ebersol. I was on the subway, head full of a tough conversation I needed to have, when a woman across the car tapped a line from the exact poem I'd been rehearsing in my head. My stomach did that tiny lurch, like something noticed me. Welcome to Down the Rabbit Hole. I'm Eric, and today we're going to try a 7-minute practice for those little moments that stop you in your tracks.
Oh, that's vivid. Great hook. We'll show 3 practical categories of signs, a pocket-sized log you can use anywhere, and a 1-minute live noticing exercise. We'll also keep 3 rules front and center so people don't leak from curiosity into certainty. This could have far-reaching implications for everyday clarity.
Right, because intention matters. I define synchronicity as noticing patterns that feel relevant to you, not as instructions from the universe. Experience shows cautious curiosity keeps the practice useful. Let me name 3 safe categories: repetition, emotional resonance, and improbable pairing. Simple labels that help you decide whether something is worth logging.
Right, quick push. Sometimes repetition is just noise, an earworm, an ad, or something you happen to see because it's popular. How do we tell useful repeats from background clutter?
Good question. Heuristics help. Is the repeat tied to a question you're actively carrying? Is it paired with a feeling that lingers? If it's just a hit song, it's likely noise. If the same symbol or phrase crops up around a decision or worry, that's worth writing down, tentatively, and without acting on it immediately.
I like that, tentatively. A practical filter. Ask, what question does this sign invite me to consider? Not, what must I do, but what curiosity does this open? That swap keeps the whole thing exploratory.
Say more.
If a sign invites a question, that question becomes your experiment. It keeps you from acting like the sign is an order. Try framing it as a curiosity. Could this point to something I'm avoiding? Or is there a practical step I can test?
Okay, real friction moment. Imagine someone sees a sign and quits their job on the spot because it felt like a message. That can be a disaster. How do we stop the practice from encouraging reckless leaps?
Exactly. Don't act on a single moment. Use the log as a research tool. Describe what happened, note the feeling, then pick a tiny, reversible test. For example, instead of quitting, ask for a one-on-one, or take one afternoon to research alternatives. Tests create evidence. Dramatic moves create regret.
Yes, tiny tests. Even a 30-second text to a trusted friend or a 5-minute note to yourself counts. That way, the sign leads to information, not immediate action.
No way. All right, let's make this usable. The microlog template. Time, sign, feeling, a question, and one tiny next step. Keep 1 line per observation. 7 lines is the day's limit. Here's a sample entry. 9:12 a.m. Blue feather on stoop. Warm. Unsettled. What might I be avoiding? Text a friend to compare notes.
2 process tips. 1. Use neutral language. Describe, don't interpret. Write felt unsettled instead of this means I should quit my job. 2. Limit actions to small tests that gather evidence.
And review weekly. Put your daily 7-line entries in one place and scan them after a few days. Patterns across time are far more reliable than a dramatic single event. I like that. It's doable and respects skepticism.
Okay, let's actually do a 1-minute noticing exercise. Tamara, lead us. Keep it under a minute and purely observational. No meaning making yet. Ready?
Okay, this is simple. Sit or stand comfortably. Close or soften your eyes for a moment. Breathe in slowly and out. Notice one ordinary thing in your environment. A color, a sound, a word. Name it silently, then check how it feels in your body. Now ask one gentle question. What might this point toward? No answers needed. Just notice. Open your eyes when you're ready.
Nice, short and practical. If you notice something, jot 2 words and 1 feeling. 2 words, 1 feeling. Done.
A few common traps to watch. Confirmation bias, only seeing what fits your story. Escalation, turning a nudge into a sweeping decision. And dramatic interpretation, giving a single sign power it doesn't deserve. Keep the log as a research notebook, not a script.
Practice skepticism with curiosity. If a sign suggests the next step, make it tiny. A single question, a 30-second check-in, a small experiment, and record the outcome. That builds a feedback loop, not a rumor mill in your head.
Let's close with 3 quick rules you can use right away. Describe before you interpret. Favor small tests over big moves, and look for patterns across time. Do those, and the microlog becomes a practical habit, not a superstition. I would love to delve deeper into how logs evolve over months, but for now, try the 7-minute approach this week.
One last takeaway. A useful sign should point to a testable question. If it doesn't, treat it as mental noise and move on. That filter saves time and keeps the practice grounded.
Quick use cases: decision-making when you're stuck, creative prompts when you're blocked, and tiny values checks when a moment feels heavy. The microlog is fast and flexible. Carry it in your pocket.
If this resonated, subscribe to Down the Rabbit Hole and try the 7-minute synchronicity log this week. 5 minutes to notice, 2 to record. Share one curious line from your log with us, or keep it private. Your call. Thanks for listening to Down the Rabbit Hole. Don't be afraid to learn.
I like that. Try it and tell us what you notice.
Good luck with your logs. Curiosity, not certainty. File it, test it, and learn from it.
You've been listening to Down the Rabbit Hole with Eric Ebersol.